What's going on, fam? Ayinde here. Before I get started, I'm gonna make it known that probably from now on, this is probably I'm not trying to say that. From now on, this is how I'm gonna be doing my Marvel Legends review. This is kind of a I tried not to be so negative, but it just doesn't make any sense. Hasbro's distribution is not just Marvel Legends. It's everything they do. Is garbage. It's terrible distribution. I'm still looking for figures from that Abomination. I'm still trying to find that Scarlet Witch from the Abomination wave. I'm probably gonna have to order it online. I haven't seen that wave in stores nowhere. The two figures I got were some offline, so. But I'm not paying high prices for a figure that I should be able to get for $20. It makes no sense. You know, the only I was watching Retro Blasting. If anybody checked them out, and he was saying, and I agree, the only toy company that acts like a toy company and puts out stuff is Playmates. The only company that acts like a, I would put Bandai of America in that same kind of boat. They put out their stuff. They're not worried about the adult collectors market and the adult collectors. No, so I'm not saying they shouldn't. But you're a toy company. Put out some figures. Quit trying to worry about how the figures do on the aftermarket, which is what I think Hasbro is doing. Because it makes no sense. You send one case to a store. One case to a store this doesn't make sense to me. I've said this before. So lucky. Look in your Walgreens. These guys are showing up in Walgreens, so they'll probably be hitting other stores soon. But it just doesn't make no sense. I'm finally finding Shocker here. He's been at what they've been out like what since November of last year. It just doesn't make sense. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just gonna do a whole review, showcase review of all the ones I find. So I'm not gonna be doing no more individual sides. Most of these is once I go over them, you'll see anyway, because these two are kind of the same body mode. Anyway, so it's my little rant, and yeah, like I said, I was trying not to be negative, but it just doesn't make any sense. So that's why I'm gonna be going this way. So now on, I won't be doing no more individual Marvel Legends. It'll be just a showcase of all any of the ones I find together. So I'll get off that now. Let's get to these figures. So, like last time, it's favorite least to favorite. Now, like I said, I was wondering, why is this guy so hard to find? When I get him, he's just an average, average figure. He's not that he should be so hard to find. I just don't understand it. So it's on the Bucky Cap mode again. So like I said, I'm getting all my Spider-Man villains because I've always been a Spider-Man fan, and some of these they're just now re-releasing. So Shocker's one of those underrated villains too. So I know people are happy to get them, but and when you get them, I do have a paint issue right there. You can see some chipping right there. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to find. This figure should not. It's not that great of a figure that it should be so hard to find. So he comes with these effects we've seen with Havoc. So I'll just get get off that, but they probably need to get rid of this. Like everybody's saying, get rid of the Bucky Cap mold because everyone I've gotten so far has been doing that. And I thought this guy was not on this. I thought his legs are Bucky Cap, but I thought he wasn't. But I bring him. He's doing that too. So, or it's that new mold that's starting to do that too. But I think this is just Bucky Cap because he's doing that. So, although I will say I was a little bit surprised on some of the things, like they gave him like some hinged. His are up there are hinged, so that's pretty cool. For so I thought it was pretty cool, and I got this guy because I remember him from the '90s, and I was a time when comics were at that point were starting to be was at their set a point in time when this guy was created, where a lot of stuff was going on. The X-Men were good. Spider-Man was married. Things like that, and they created new characters. They didn't rebrand nobody new. I mean, old characters, or they created new characters. Didn't rebrand anybody. I will say I think this is a little bit disappointing. This is supposed to be a grappling hook, my understanding, something, and it's kind of flimsy. I don't know what that's about. These are supposed to be something that's really sharp, but they're so flimsy on them. So I think that could have been better. I gotta put them in the hot water or the heat because this elbow is not, the double joint is not going back like this one. So it's also a little bit disappointing, but I like the colors they used on them. This kind of metallic color on them. It's pretty cool though. So that's why I grabbed this guy. But the one I say I'm really impressed with, and I know she's going to be the hardest one to get and find, so I hope everybody can find it. I will say get it at retail price though. But yeah, I do recommend getting this one because this one was really surprised. I think this is, I'm going to say it, the best use of the diaphragm joint on a Marvel Legends I've seen. It gives you a pretty good ab crunch. She goes back a little bit there too, but that going forward, I think this is one of the best uses of this diaphragm joint on a female figure. She comes with these two and this axe. I'm gonna call them that, and her sword, which goes in the back, and it's pretty glad they gave her sheath. Now I will say I'm gonna have to take it off camera because it's a little hard to put in there, and could be a little bit easier getting it in there. But just show the sword off real quick. So pretty nicely done, but could use some more paint. But yeah, I think this is probably one of the best female figures they've done. I have to say, I do have to give them props for that. No, everybody gives them a little hard time, Hasbro a hard time. They deserve it. They need to be. Some of the stuff they do is very shady, but I think this is one of the best female figures they've done, especially this diaphragm joint too. So I'm really liking this show. I will say I will wish they would use some soft goods sometimes too. This is okay. It's soft enough to be moved, but And if you don't even want to just have this character, they acquired the rights to this character because this was a character from Spawn. Those that don't know, or so most people do know, but Marvel acquired the rights. So, but if you don't even want to have her as a Marvel character, I think she would go fine with the Masters of the Universe characters. I think she'll fit it in with them if you don't want to use her with Marvel characters or Thor. Now I will say, me personally, I want a Sif. I want a Lady Sif. I don't want no female Thor. I want a Sif before we get before we get any kind of female Thor or anything. I really wish we had a Sif before her. Sif, I think Sif has been getting shafted here in the comics and in figure form too. So, but I will say the only thing that's disappointing is the way this armor is sculpted on her. You can't get her arms pulled to the side. So, where's the gummy plastic, Hasbro, that y'all like to use so much for this? That could have been like a little softer that you could. I mean, it's soft enough and you can probably force it up there. Yeah, you gotta force it, but then it doesn't look right. So you gotta kind of force it to get it go up size. But they could have done that a little bit better to get her to go where it doesn't look so crazy when you get her to go to the side. So, but other than that, I think this is one of the best female. Like I said, one of their best female figures they've done. I give them props for this. Some may not think so, but I just think this diaphragm droid is one of the best they've done on Marvel Legends for a range of motions. So that's my opinion, my thoughts on that. So that's been my look at this. So like I said, this is how I'm gonna be doing Marvel Legends reviews from now on. So since I gotta wait to find stuff so late, and so I might as well just what I get all together, just go over it and my thoughts on the figures. So yeah, this has been my look at these three figures. So thanks for watching, and until next time, they'll support the scalpers. Peace.